stop. Do not unpack your cruise cabin yet, because right now in this cabin, something is already wrong and you cannot see it. It is not obvious. It does not have a sign on it. It is sitting there, quiet and invisible. And in the next few hours or the next few days, it is going to cost you. Maybe one night of sleep, maybe an entire shore excursion, maybe something you simply cannot get back. And the cruelest part, you walked right past it. You came in, you smiled, you dropped your bags, and you never checked. This happens on almost every cruise, to people on their first sailing and to people on their 30th, because nobody ever tells you what to do in the first 10 minutes inside that cabin. They tell you what to pack, they tell you what to eat, they tell you which deck has the best pool. But this, the 15 minutes that decide how your entire cruise feels, nobody talks about. Until now. There are 8 things you must do before you unpack a single item. 8 checks that take 15 minutes total. Protect your entire voyage from the most common, most avoidable, and most quietly devastating problems on any cruise ship. And by the time we reach number 6, the one that cruise lines have never advertised, the one that even the most experienced cruisers walk past every single sailing, you are going to stop this video, go do it immediately, and come back wondering how you ever boarded a ship without knowing this. Do not touch your bags yet. Start here. Number 1. Test your door lock. Right now, before anything else, walk back out into the hallway, close your cabin door completely behind you, then push it open with your hand. Just push it. No key card, no handle, just pressure. If that door moves, you are sleeping in an unlocked cabin tonight. This is not a worst case scenario. This is something that happens on real ships to real people on real cruises. A man who had sailed over 20 times walked into his cabin on embarkation day, dropped his bags, and never thought to check. 2 full nights passed. 2 nights of sleeping with his door unlatched, his passport sitting on the desk, his wife's jewelry on the nightstand, strangers moving through the corridor at all hours. He found out on day 3, not because someone warned him, but because he accidentally left his key card inside and pushed the door open with one hand. No resistance, no click, just open. 48 hours. Anyone could have walked in. Here is what most passengers do not know. Embarkation day is the single best time to report a maintenance problem on a cruise ship. The crew is organized, the maintenance team has real availability, and problems get resolved in hours, not days. By day 3, you are one issue among thousands on a fully booked vessel. You go on a list, you wait. Walk out, close the door, push it. 10 seconds. Do it before you do anything else in this cabin. And number 2, fails at the exact moment you need it most. Not before, not after, the exact moment. And when it does, the clock is already running against you. Number 2, find the safe and test it before you trust it with anything. Open the closet, find the safe, set a code, any code, lock it, then open it again. That is the entire test. It takes 40 seconds, and it is the difference between a smooth cruise and an absolute crisis. Cruise ship safes fail more than people realize. Batteries die inside them, locking mechanisms wear out, previous passengers set codes and never clear them, and the moment you discover yours is broken is never a calm moment. It is always the night before a port stop, always when your passport is already locked inside, always at 10 p.m. when you are dressed for dinner and suddenly you cannot reach your documents. One woman described it exactly like that. Passport inside, shore excursion booked for the next morning, safe not responding, 4 hours waiting for maintenance, an 11 p.m. visit from a technician. Her entire evening gone. Her husband sitting on the bed, watching her try not to cry. All of it, because she never tested the safe on day 1. Once you confirm it works, passport inside, medication inside, extra cash inside, anything irreplaceable inside. Your cabin is about to be busy for the next hour. The steward is coming and going, luggage is being delivered, the door is opening and closing. This is the window when things go missing. Not in the middle of the night, but in the warm, distracted chaos of embarkation afternoon when nobody is paying attention. Lock your valuables away before you unpack a single piece of clothing. But number 3 is the check that makes people uncomfortable. Most cruisers skip it because it feels unnecessary, because it feels paranoid. And some of them spend day 4, day 5, day 6 of their vacation itching, furious, and completely unable to fix the the situation they are in. Number 3, check the bed before you sit on it. Take your phone, turn the flashlight on, crouch down, and run the light slowly along every mattress seam, the folded edges, the corners, the stitching where the fabric meets itself. Check behind the headboard. Look under both pillows. You're checking for bed bugs. Say it out loud if you need to. Bed bugs on a cruise ship. It sounds impossible. It is not. Cruise ships are floating hotels that process thousands of guests every single week. Cabins are turned over in hours, luggage arrives from every country in the world, and no cleaning protocol, no matter how rigorous, no matter how well-trained the crew, catches everything every single time. The problem is never the discovery. The problem is when you discover it. A couple found unmistakable evidence in the corner seam of their mattress on day 4. They had already slept there for 3 nights. The ship was sailing full, every cabin was occupied. Switching rooms was nearly impossible. They spent the final days of a vacation they had planned for over a year, sleeping in a cabin they were afraid to be in, wearing long sleeves in Caribbean heat, counting down the hours until disembarkation. 30 seconds with a flashlight on day 1, that is the entire distance between their cruise and yours. If you find anything at all, report it immediately and request a different cabin. Your chances of being moved are highest right now, in this first hour, before every other room fills up with someone else's luggage and someone else's trip. Number 4 does not sound like an emergency. Right up until midnight, when the cabin is sealed, the air is not moving, and you realize that help is not coming nearly fast enough. Number 4, turn on the air conditioning right now. A cruise ship cabin has no windows you can open, no cross breeze, no outside air of any kind. What you have is whatever comes through that vent, and if what comes through is weak or warm or nothing at all, you have no backup plan. Turn it on now. Set it cold. Hold your hand directly in front of the vent and feel what comes out. Is it actually cold? Is the airflow strong? Listen, is there rattling, grinding, a sound like something working against itself? A couple noticed on embarkation day that the cabin felt slightly warm, not unbearable, just warm. They told themselves it was probably the weather, probably the ship, probably fine. They went to dinner, they came back, they tried to sleep. By 1 a.m., the cabin was genuinely hot. The AC unit made a sound like a machine in pain. They called guest services, maintenance came, and came back again. Their problem was not resolved until day 3. 3 nights on a cruise they had saved 18 months for, in a cabin that felt like a punishment instead of a retreat. All of it preventable with one 30-second check on embarkation day. Report it now. Get it fixed tonight, because number 5 genuinely surprises people. Most cruisers spend an entire week living in a cabin they never actually explored, and what they miss changes everything. Number 5, open every single storage compartment before you unpack. Every drawer, every cabinet door, every panel that looks like part of the wall, every ottoman, every space under the sofa, every shelf with anything underneath it. Cruise ship cabin designers hide storage everywhere. Drawers built directly into sofa bases, deep compartments tucked behind mirrors, hooks hidden underneath shelves that are completely invisible until you specifically look for them. Ottomans that open into full storage boxes, spaces that look purely decorative and are entirely functional, and most cruisers never find any of it. A woman wrote about discovering a full-sized storage drawer built under her sofa on day 5 of a 7-day cruise. 5 days. She had spent the entire trip with clothes piled on the desk, bags blocking the walkway, 2 people in a small cabin tripping over luggage every single morning. The drawer had been there the whole time, empty, waiting, 18 inches from where she kept stepping over her suitcase. Walk the entire cabin before you unpack. Open everything. Know your space. Then unpack deliberately, placing things where they actually belong, not just wherever they fit. Your cabin will feel larger, your cruise will feel calmer, and you will spend your days on the ship instead of managing your own room. And now, number 6. If you are new here, welcome to Cruise Navigator, the channel built around one single idea, that you should never waste a single day of your cruise to a problem that was completely preventable. If these tips are already changing the way you think about your next sailing, subscribe right now, because what comes next is something most cruise channels have never covered. This is the one cruise lines hope you never figure out, the one that even the most experienced sailors walk right past every single time. Number 6, go into the bathroom and check these 3 things. Flush the toilet, run the hot water, watch the shower drain. 3 things, 45 seconds. These are the 3 most common maintenance failures in cruise ship cabins, and they are also the 3 where reporting on embarkation day makes the fastest, most dramatic difference. A slow drain becomes standing water by that evening. A toilet that hesitates becomes a source of daily anxiety on a ship where there is simply nowhere else to go. Hot water that takes 5 minutes to arrive, or never arrives at all, affects every single morning of a 7-day vacation. Check them now. If anything seems slow, weak, or wrong, tell your steward while they are still doing cabin rounds. This is the window. It closes faster than you think. And then, look at the inside wall of your shower. Not the tiles, the wall itself. There is a small, recessed mechanism built directly into the surface. It looks like part of the wall. It is not. Pull it. It is a retractable clothesline. It extends the full width of the shower. It holds wet swimsuits, rinsed clothes, damp towels, and when you're done, it folds completely back into the wall and disappears. It's built into almost every cruise ship cabin in existence. It's completely free, and most cruisers spend the entire voyage draping wet things over chairs, over doorknobs, over the balcony railing, wondering why their cabin always smells faintly of damp fabric, while this clothesline sits in their bathroom, unused, invisible, waiting. Find it on day 1. Use it all week. Number 7 takes 2 minutes, but it quietly shapes the quality of every single day you spend in that cabin, and most passengers never do it. Number 7, have one real conversation with your cabin steward. Not a smile, not a nod, an actual conversation. Your steward is managing 15 to 20 cabins simultaneously every single day for the entire length of the voyage. They are making beds, replacing towels, restocking supplies, and responding to requests across an entire corridor of passengers without stopping, without breaks that you would recognize. The guests who receive genuinely exceptional cabin service are never the ones who demanded the most. They are always the ones who communicated clearly on day 1. Do you sleep late and need the cabin serviced in the afternoon? Say so. Do you want ice every evening when you return from dinner? Say so. Do you want the beds reconfigured from twins to a king? Do you have any preferences, any sensitivities, anything that would make this cabin feel more like yours and less like a hotel room someone forgot to personalize? Say it now. One conversation, 30 seconds. Stewards remember the guests who spoke to them. And for the rest of the voyage, that memory works entirely in your favor, in the small, quiet, daily ways that you feel even when you cannot name exactly why your cruise feels smoother than everyone else's. Which leaves number 8, the last one, the one that sounds the least important on this entire list, and the one that seasoned cruisers, people who have sailed 20, 30, 40 times, consistently say changes embarkation day completely. Number 8. Before you unpack anything else, hang tonight's outfit. Your clothes have been inside a suitcase for hours, compressed, folded under pressure, possibly traveling since yesterday morning. They are wrinkled. And on a cruise ship, fixing that means paying the laundry service or finding the self-service laundry room on a completely different deck and waiting in line. But wrinkles are not permanent. Fabric that hangs freely releases naturally. 2 hours on a hanger, sometimes less, makes a real, visible difference. So before you unpack anything else, right now, while the suitcase is already open and you are still standing there, pull out whatever you are wearing tonight. Your dinner outfit, your sail-away look, whatever you planned when you were packing at home. Hang it now before you do anything else. Handle tonight first, then unpack everything else. You will move through the remaining unpacking faster because the pressure of tonight is already gone. You will not be standing in front of your closet 45 minutes before dinner, pulling out something creased and wondering if there is still time. You will walk out of that cabin tonight looking exactly the way you imagined. Calm, put together, and ready. That feeling on the first evening of a cruise is worth more than it sounds. 8 things, 15 minutes. That's the entire investment. And what it protects is 7 days. 7 days of a cruise you planned, saved for, and traveled to reach. 7 days that deserve to feel like exactly what you earned, not like a week spent managing problems that announced themselves too late to fix. The cruisers who come home saying their trip was perfect, not just good, but genuinely effortlessly perfect, are not the lucky ones. They're the ones who spent 15 minutes at the very beginning getting the invisible things right. Now you know exactly what they know. Subscribe to Cruise Navigator, and every single week you'll know it before you ever have to learn it the hard way. Now go do the 8 checks, then unpack, then walk out of that cabin and go enjoy every single minute of the voyage you worked so hard to be on.